Welcome back to Greg Talks Trade. I'm going to talk about a roundup of the recent news in the tariff world, things we can expect in the next week with tariffs, and I'll also go over how all the tariffs are stacking up on a few common goods from a few common countries of origin. Recently in the news, we've been hearing about Trump at the negotiating table with various countries. It doesn't seem like any deals have been closed yet, but hopefully some may be close. However, China, it looks like Trump is sitting at the negotiating table alone. There's been a lot of reports about what exactly might be going on with China. There's reports that tariffs will be coming down substantially, but not zero. There's others saying down to about 50 to 65%. And there's even other reports saying goods without national security interests could go down to 35%, and those with national security interests could come down to 100%. Nothing confirmed yet, and no negotiations seem to be happening at all, but a lot of rumors, and Trump seems to be negotiating against himself with China. Next, I want to compare a few common products from a few common countries of origin. The first vessels that departed after all these reciprocal tariffs are starting to arrive in the US, and we're starting to see a lot of customs entries with all of these new tariffs on them. So let's talk about it. Of course, I'll start with Chinese origin, and I'll compare a Chinese tire to a Chinese pair of men's pants. The Chinese tire starts easily enough with just a 4% base rate. Then we go into the Chinese specific 301s, tires have to pay 25. The tires starting on May 3rd will fall into the new auto part tariff and have a 25% there. They still have those Chinese IEPAs for 20%, and because of that 232 that's coming, there's not going to be any reciprocals. It's a total of 74% on the Chinese tire. Now, Chinese men's pants, this starts with a base rate of 27.9, and then they also have a 301, but not as high, just 7.5. No 232s on the men's pants, and for IEPA, it's 20%, just like the tire, and we do have to pay that huge Chinese 125% reciprocal. This totals up to 180.4% on Chinese men's pants. Really high. Now, let's take a look at the EU. If we have a tire from the EU, it starts easy enough again. 4% base rate on the tire, that is global. No 301s. They do have to pay the 232 starting May 3rd for 25%. No IEPAs on EU, and because of the 232, no reciprocals, just 29% there. On a pair of EU men's pants, it's the same base rate of 27.9, no 301s, no 232s, no IEPAs, and we have to pay that 10% EU reciprocal. So we have a total of 37.9%. So as you can see, the tariffs can change drastically based on a few small factors, like what product and what country of origin. The Chinese tire and pants are over 100% different on the tariff. And the Chinese tire and the EU tire are 45% different. Of course, the most drastic change is the Chinese pants and the EU pants. They are around 140% different. Crazy stuff. So that's it for today's video. I certainly enjoyed that it was a slower news week, and I'm sure you did too. I hope you also got something out of the breakdown on different products from different countries of origin. That's it for Greg Talks Trade episode 3. Leave me a comment or DM if you've got anything to say. See you next time.